Okay, this is attempt number 3 to stream this plane. But anyway, we are in the 146 on the tail of the news about the new 146, now called the RJ. It's the exact same plane, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Obviously, there's slight differences, but we're going to get into that. But first, to cleanse the palate on the third attempt of this live stream and get, the juices flowing, no pun intended, we're going to do top 10 farts at golf. So, without further ado, let me get my desktop volume up for this. I don't want you to miss this. The first one's really good. Let me pause my, okay. That's a classic. That's a 9.3 out of 10. What's on 6.2.
Oh, catch it! Oh,
That doesn't do it for
that
me.
was so clean!
This is a good one. That's a 9.7. Easy. It's a classic. 5.8.
I fucking hate you. Disgusting man. Disgusting man.
That one you could barely hear, so 2.6. That's a pretty good one. Alright, so now that that's handled, I think we can start our flight. Sometimes you gotta get the important issues out of the way first before you can have fun, you know what I mean? So, anyway, Just Flight has released their 146, which, if you haven't noticed, they've already released their 146. So, my contention, I don't know how to say that word, my 2 cents on this new release is, A, it's cool, it's updated, it's got really nice textures, what's there to complain about? But also, my thought process is, I know that with this new release of the, if you can't see me, but I'm doing air quotes right now, RJ, hold on, let me pause this and get chat pulled up. With the release of RJ that they've got going now, I'm going to drag this to my second monitor over here. I don't think anybody's going to say anything, but if they do, I'll be able to see it. I know that they're going to charge just as much, if not more, for this new rendition of the exact same plane, which I'm sure they used a lot of assets from this plane to make. I could be wrong, it could be an update, but I don't think it is. And I'm seeing all the streamers doing videos and talking about it, and yeah, it looks cool, but also it's like, didn't you already make that plane? Doesn't it already cost $1 bajillion? So that's my only gripes with it. Other than that, it looks really nice and really cool, and I'm sure it's going to translate well into 24. I'm sure that's what they kind of made it for, in general. But, oh, I got to change my settings here. I'm glad I noticed that. I got to get my 4 engine control preset set up. But I know, at least with this plane, it's an absolute blast to fly. So I'm assuming the same is going to translate into the new plane. So whatever. If you want it, you can get it. It's not that big of a deal. I don't really care, or I don't really like to listen to people sit there and B-word about dumb stuff like that. But I don't know, it just seems kind of odd that they're releasing an entirely new plane of the exact same thing. That's my only thing. I'm going to try to outrun the Southwest Army that's appearing here. Nashville. Is this Nashville? Yep, Nashville's busy today. We got some Southwest coming out here. Coffin Legions over there. Oh, that reminds me. If you're watching this after the fact of this live stream, it is like 3 a.m. on November 6th, and I am patiently awaiting to see who the president is going to be. So, it's a really nice airport add-on, by the way. KBNA, Nashville. I've got a good idea. We're at 267 Trump and 224 Harris. So, you know, if I'm a bet man, I know I'll put my money on, but I'm not going to say anything too early. We'll see. But, so that's kind of interesting. You're going to get my live reaction to that. But yeah, I haven't live streamed in a while. It's nice to be back in the into controls again. And I've got a whole lot of questions about my settings that I'm using.
711, you can continue Alpha to Kilo Echo when assigned departure frequency is 125.7, tower on 123.9. Alpha Kilo Echo 125.7 for departure, 123.9.
But I'm getting a whole bunch of comments on my video about the A380 on what my settings are and what I'm kind of doing to get the performance I'm getting. And I'm going to do a whole video on that. And I was tinkering with it today, actually, and got my settings even better. So right now I have my DLSS dropped so I can live stream and, you know, be in big airports with traffic and weather and all that stuff. But whatever I'm playing normally or even just recording, I don't need to drop anything, and I've got the best balance of quality and, you know, sort of sacrifice where I need to have it, you know, being that I've got a 3060 Ti. But I'm playing in 4K. But anyway, let's get our landing lights on. And I will be surprised if this departure goes well, because I've been extremely distracted this entire time. And I don't even know if I put the flight plan in correctly. And I'm just going to leave the APU on. So, sue me. But let's give a little...
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
That sounds like somebody recorded it at their programming desk. It's kind of funny, I like it. But anyway, we're going to depart straight out a little bit on runway 31. Thank you. Runway 31 straight out a little bit, and then we're going to head left to our departure. So, I guess we'll let this Boeing go first. Why are you looking at me like that? I don't like the way he's looking at me. But, again, we'll see if I did this correctly. I got a lot of things going on. This is my third attempt at the live stream. There's a presidential election happening. Oh, is he taxiing across? This is FS traffic, so it's not passing or anything. So he's not a human being. I'm just gonna roll through him. He's gonna try to keep the illusion alive, but who are we kidding? Everyone can see. What a dork. Look at him. And it's a robot, it's not a person, so it's not like he's stopping waiting on me. He's just an idiot. A dumb robot retard. I don't know if I can say that on here. Dumb robot R word. If anybody asks, I'll just say that was my plane on approach. That's like that.
16 Golf Heavy, cross your right at Whiskey, left Alpha short of Juliet. Left Alpha short of Juliet, crossover.
Okay, so we've got flap set, trim set, hopefully the flight plan in correctly. But I think we're good to go. No clue, but we'll see. Anything else will get sorted out in the air. Oh, I do want to put in my ILS frequency here. Let me pull that up on the iPad. Show plate. It's one thing I just want to be less, you know, and now we'll do it in the air. We'll do it live. Okay. Let's go. Spooling them up. Looking good. Sounding good. So good. Oh boy. What? wish it would give. I wish it would elaborate. Maybe it's my TCAS. I forgot to touch that. CAR. Let's try that. Nope, it's not that. The flaps are set. This is gonna bother me.
Heavy ground, runway 22 right, taxi right out to Victor.
What could possibly not be correct? Other than my poor planning in general. I don't know what I did. I didn't skip anything on the checklist, I don't think. Maybe my trim's not set. But then, limits. Let's try that. I guess that blue line is like kind of our normal area there. Oh, that was it. Alright. What are you doing, dude? The downside of FS traffic. Just a bunch of R words doing dumb stuff.
Speed alive, both sides.
Check. We're rotating out.
80 knots, cross-checked.
I was in the middle of speaking. Go by. Around 120-ish.
V1, rotate. V2, positive rate of climb, gear up.
Gear up. So, not what you want. Got a little stick shaker. As far as I'm aware, that's not good. But we're in the airport. The flash one. I'm gonna hand fly it for as long as I can. Try it. Throw autopilot on. Good. I don't know how to go direct. Just following runway right now. And if I hit Belmont, it's weird. You would think nav would be, but I guess if you're using VORs or something, I'm not sure. But I think we're on track. There we go. I apologize. But yeah, it would have been nice to get an update, just like on the cabin textures and the cockpit textures, but I guess they could release a new plane as well. Just charge the same amount of money for it. I don't know that to be true. I haven't looked up the price of it, but I'm gonna assume. Turn my headset on. We're gonna do that. There's some, obviously there's some differences between the 146 and the RJ, but actually that's good. been subjected to them. Oh shit. My volumes have been way out of whack the whole time.
531 heavy check clearance 13505 for your route.
3505?
I'm bad at live streaming,
Your new
dude.
clearance. Log on to CPDLC, please.
Okay,
Log on or call clearance, whatever you can do.
Let me check it on my end here.
5625, you can just continue kilo and get in line.
continue on kilo and get in line with 625.
I guess you can still hear what I'm saying, even though it's loud as could possibly be. The level should be back to normal now. I'm so terrible at live streaming, dude. It's hard. Gotta give credit where credit's due. People that know what they're doing, and I do not. So pretty. You know what that logo looks like? That looks like UTI, Universal Technical Institute. That school you always see advertisements for. I could be wrong, but that's what my brain thinks of when I see that. But anyway, we're climbing up to 16,000 today. Nothing too crazy. What am I doing? Am I doing vertical speed or just pitch hold?
Acoustic 5579, you're going to wait for an RJ off the left. You'll see him any second. Behind them, November and Kilo to 9 left at Kilo 6.
All right, wait for the RJ off the left and then November. So we're Street 55.
Let me make sure we're on track here with my flight. So we should be coming up on our first waypoint soon. 6 miles checked. Yep, that looks about right. And Memphis Center is going to be on 125.85, so let's cue that up. 125.85, bam.
Center, what's your 418, little 370, we're doing
Should have done that sooner, but...
Westjet 418, 370.
1,000 out. It's a cool little plane, man. I'm still getting used to it. It's probably like my 4th time ever flying it. Should be coming up here. Let's get our lights off. We don't need those right now. Runway external lights off.
Convoy 4220 off your left, across the 10 miles. You can watch for an empty, heavy MD-11, 1,000 feet above northeastbound.
We'll be looking for that traffic on board 4220.
It's a beautiful morning. Ooh, that's a cool shot. And it looks like I put the flight plan in correctly, so that's surprising. But yeah, a nice little cruise over to Memphis. Is that right? Yes. Yep, to Memphis. And yeah.
Westjet 730, are you accept this morning?
Negative.
I still haven't figured out who the president is. I don't know why does it take so long? I guess people that are smarter than me know why, but I don't know. I went to vote today, like on the day of the election, and I thought it was, oh, we're overspeeding. Sorry. I have to yell about it. I went to vote today in person at, on the day of election, because I like doing that. And also I was working during early voting, but there was like 4 people there. And it was only like 8 o'clock in the morning, so I don't know if people were just, late, getting up a little later, or they're probably doing it after work, honestly, but luckily I was off today, I could get that done.
Alaska 18, 350, it's now.
Alaska 18, good morning.
Look at that beauty. That's so pretty. I don't know, this is my first live stream in a while. So I feel like I'm not doing very well. Forgive me.
Westjet 730, descent flight level 280.
But,
Descent 280.
yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious to see what this new release is going to look like. And I'm very curious to hear the price. If anybody knows the price and has heard that, please let me know. Because I just tried to find it on Just Flight's website and I could not find it. But I can guarantee it's probably going to be around the price range of this guy, which is still a very pretty penny. And I think that they could certainly do a texture overhaul for the price that this thing costs. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But I don't know if this has auto throttle. I feel like it does with this. But I'm just thugging it out,
Westjet 418, descend out of flight level 280.
Descent level 280, Westjet 418.
Alright. Still no results on the election. 267 Trump to 224 Harris. I will say I am so excited to stop seeing presidential advertisements on both sides. The side I like and the side I don't like. I hate every ad that has to do with elections. They talk to me like I'm a complete R-word. Like I am. It's the most patronizing form of communication that could possibly exist. But anyway, I'm just ready for it to be done and over with and go back to normal. But it's almost 4 a.m. They still haven't figured it out. I'm just picturing a bunch of old volunteers in a room frantically digging through papers with people's choices on it. Little paper cuts. They're licking their forefinger every 4 pages to keep going. Probably out of spit, you know what I mean? Oh, I gotta set the course. What is our course on this runway? It is... I almost forgot to set the frequency and everything up. 111.95 is our ILS. So 111. What did I say? 0.95? Let's get this in the right spot. Nope, 112 is not what I want. 111.95, and then our course is going to be 180. So we'll get that set up. Oh, blew right through it. But yeah, I'm not sure what they're planning to charge for the new RJ. And I say new very liberally there. It's not. But whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I need to be at 3,000 feet, which I've already got queued up there. We'll wait for a little longer. really, it's like they showed the new cabin, and like the only thing that was noticeable, you know, noticeably different was the seats. You know, they were updated and better textured and stuff, but as far as like the overhead bins and just the kind of layout of the cabin, it all looked the same to me. You know, maybe I'm just an average Joe, but and of course the exterior details and stuff were all touched up, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to. All right. My iPad's screaming at me. I was thinking of something today. You know, while I'm stinking about it, I'll let you know. I bought. Look how pretty that is. Sidetrack. Anyway, I bought Beyond ATC, and I never use it because it's the most frustrating thing in the world. I don't know if you've ever tried Beyond ATC. Like, I haven't tried it for months because it's just so frustrating. I'm sure it's better than when I left it, but anything you'd say, you'd get this response. No. And then they'd say whatever they're going to say. But that stupid robot telling me no, who are you? You're a computer, shit for brains. I'm a human being. Who are you talking to, robot idiot? Sorry, I'll get heated up. I have a thing with robots. They best not disrespect me, I guess is what I'm saying. But that really grinds my gears, a robot telling me no. F-word you, dude. Anyway, but my whole point is, I have Beyond ATC. I bought it, and I almost just want to try to use it as a program to allow me to tune into the ATIS at different airports. Because I can't remember, but I feel like it has the ATIS of every airport, doesn't it? So I could just have it open and tune into the ATIS, but I don't know. I feel like it's still going to be screaming at me when I'm taxiing onto the runway,
probably be switching around,
yelling at me for not getting clearance, blah, 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 blah. So I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to tinker around with that. But I did have Say Intentions for a while. It's just so expensive. I think it's $20 a month, but if you're into that kind of thing, it's definitely worth it. It's clearly the superior program, but it is super pricey. But yeah, I'll get back to you. If it works out and you can use Beyond ATC as just a program to get live weather ATISi, that definitely adds a big sort of incentive to get the program just for that, honestly. But you would think that Microsoft could find a way to work with the owner of Live ATC. I'm sure you've heard of Live ATC. It's exactly what it sounds like. Live air traffic control, you know, streaming. And I've ranted about this before, but whoever owns Live ATC is doing an atrocious job at maintaining the website, because it looks like it's from 1987. I don't even know if computers existed then. 1999, I'll say. It looks like somebody's sister's MySpace page. It's terrible.
I'll find out.
But I don't know if Microsoft could find a way to team up with that,
because you got your company just off your nose there at 37,
person,
but I understand that you're going to be
get Live ATC in the game. That would be awesome. And then have it modeled. That would be so cool. But I'm not gonna put my eggs in that basket. How pretty that is. It's a beautiful plane. Anyway, I'm sucking this live stream. I'm super boring, so I apologize. So I'm just gonna kind of use this as a throwaway. I may not keep it up afterward. I'm tired. I want to know who the president is, but they haven't told me yet. It makes me angry. How do I do vertical speed? I can't remember. Oh, I think I have to.
FedEx 148, descend out of flight level 240.
Vertical speed.
Descend out flight level 240, FedEx 148.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. Sorry if I'm boring this live stream. I'm pretty tired. It says there's 3 people watching, so whoever's watching, I love you. You're a stink pot. You're my little stink pot cutie pie. But I hope you're enjoying today's programming on the election night and my ranting about the potential price of the new RJ from Just Flight. I believe I made a video on this, and I said this in that video. This plane hand flies so nice. So I know the new one will too. But I have such a love-hate relationship with Just Flight and their flight model. Like, there's times I'm flying the Arrows and the Warriors, and I'm loving it because it feels realistic. And then there's other times I'm flying those planes, and it's the most sluggish, unresponsive, full deflection, and almost nothing happens. I'm just, I don't know. It's a toss-up, but this plane flies so well by hand flies so well. But yeah, so I know the new one's gonna be nice, and I guess I'm more kind of frustrated because they're gonna make me want it after I just got this one, when they could just update this one. I think that's what I'm the most angry about. What a cool plane. Oh, something's not loading in yet. I have the Apple Maps mod going, so I don't think it's loaded this in yet. Or I think it has, it just hasn't loaded my colorization settings that I have set up there. Anyway, still looks great. But anyway, we're descending now. I've got my decision height set at 200. It's gonna yell at me when we get 200 feet AGL. And I've also got, let me try to show you, this little program here, auto FPS running in the background, which is keeping my terrain level of detail at 100 when I'm above 300 feet AGL. So whenever I get below 300 foot, you know, above the ground level, whenever I'm below 300, it drops my terrain level of detail down to 25. So that helps astronomically in running, you know, things well. Especially if you have GSX or just traffic, anything. If you have any sort of add-ons, having, you know, the TLOD drop to 25 while you're on the ground is so helpful. Because with the 25 TLOD, it still loads the airport and the surrounding area. It just doesn't stretch out, but you're on the ground, so it doesn't matter. So definitely look into that if you're interested. And it's a free program. It's online. It's on Microsoft or flysim.to or something. But check that out. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to keep this live stream up. I feel boring. I feel like I'm boring you. But we're gonna finish it out. We're gonna thug it out, dog. I might keep it up. I don't know. But, ooh, look at that. That's that Apple Maps mod. Because that mod has an interface and it allows you to, here, I can pull it off actually. Here it is. I'm using the Pro Maps. And it allows you to adjust your colors here, and I've got mine contrast 10, brightness -2, and then the green bumped up, and the saturation bumped up. So that's what this side is. And I feel like this side hasn't loaded my color. I don't know, something like that, but honestly, both sides look good. Like that looks fine to me, realistic, and then that looks fine to me, realistic. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a little colder over here. Talk about a cold front. Am I right, guys? But beautiful day to fly this sucker. But I'm gonna release a video soon talking about sort of whatever settings I've started dropping down lately that I've noticed don't affect my sim visually at all, that I can notice with like my naked eye. You know, if my eye were to take its clothes off, it cannot notice this. I'll pause it and I'll look at it on the ground. I can't remember exactly which ones, but I'm finding that if you bump your resolution up, in the Microsoft Flight Sim settings, like me, I have it at 4K, and I'm on a 3060 Ti, so it's not, the most expensive card in the world. It's only 8 gigabytes of VRAM. It's a very, modest, mid-level card. I got it used on Facebook Marketplace, but I'm playing in 4K because I'm turning things like the texture resolution down to, I think I've got it at medium, and all these other settings I'm bumping down just a bit, and I'm not noticing the difference because I have my resolution so high, because my GPU is working a lot less to do those little settings that you don't really even notice to begin with. I don't know if that makes sense, but so bumping down my texture resolution, bumping down, I think my my cloud quality, I think it's on medium now, but it looks fine to me. The clouds, I think, did the most for freeing up my VRAM overhead here. Because right now I'm playing in 4K, I'm streaming, I have traffic, all this different stuff on my mid-level PC, and I still have 20% or so, 15-20% left of headroom on my GPU. So, I'm going to make a whole video on it when I'm not super tizered, because I'm pretty tizered right now. I could take a little nap. To be fair, it is 4 o'clock in the morning. But I work third shift, so cut me a break. Gosh, Mom. Get off my back. Gosh. I'm too tired to keep the bit going. I was going to do a joke about My Chemical Romance, but I don't feel like it anymore. Let's go over missed approach. We are doing the ILS runway 18 center into Memphis, and our missed approach is going to be climb to 900 feet, runway heading, then a climbing left turn to 5,000 for the Memphis VORTAC. And then to, what is that? Keys. Where is that at? Let me find that here. Oh, I see. So right off the left-hand side of the runway, we've got the holding point there. Then we'll loop back around and give her another shot. I think it was the MD-82 a couple weeks ago. I was flying. I wasn't streaming or videoing or anything, but I was flying in terrible weather I can't remember where. And I had to fly an approach down to minimums. And I was totally off. I had a terrible crosswind or something. So I was like, I have to go around. I'm nowhere near where I need to be, at the height that I need to be at. And that was the biggest mess I think I've ever got myself in. And it just goes to show you how I cannot imagine being in real life and being unprepared while in IMC conditions. That sounds like the biggest nightmare of my entire life. Can you imagine that? Even if you're in a little prop plane, a little 172, you get yourself into IMC conditions and you're behind the plane. Oh, fuck. Pardon my French, I usually don't cuss on this channel, but that drives me up a wall. That would be the worst moment of my life. Just feeling so overwhelmed. You can't see around you. You're in IMC. There's clouds covering everything. I don't know about you, but I've done a fair share of, you know, needle approaches in the 172 and stuff in the simulator, you know, in IMC, you know, where it breaks out at like 400 or 500 feet AGL. And I struggle with those, you know, doing them over and over and over. All right, sorry, my iPad's yelling at me. But when you get behind the airplane and you forget to do your scan and look at your artificial horizon, and then when you eventually do, you realize you're pitched down 15 degrees and you're banking like 40 degrees left or right, and you have, oh, it's the biggest, I can't imagine that being in real life. So I can understand why, you know, people go crazy trying to make sure they know all their instrument stuff before they start flying and stuff like that. But yeah, I was in the MD-82 and I'm still very new to that plane as well. I'm not very familiar with it. And look at these fields, everything was looking so good. Yeah, it just got away from me. I eventually landed the bird. It was not pretty, but you know, if it were real life, people would be alive. And I guess that's all that matters. You ever do that in Microsoft Flight Sim? You totally botch an approach, and then you just like role play to yourself that there's an emergency on board, and you have to get the plane on the ground because you don't feel like doing a go around. So you just tell yourself in your head like, okay, we'll just pretend like we got an engine out or something, and I gotta get this on the ground. I do that often. But come real life flying, you definitely, it's not worth just cramming it on the ground. You know, it's a lot more expensive when you do it that way. But we're sitting at 6,000 now. We've got, what are we looking at? 38 nautical miles left in our journey here. I've got traffic loaded up at the new spot. That's what you have to do with FS traffic. You just type in where you're going and hit confirm. I'll do it again just to make sure. And make sure you have traffic along your whole route, and then when you get there. But yeah, I've got Rex AccuSeason mixed with the Apple Maps mod. It's looking really good. Got the dry grass, yellowing trees. It's just looking really nice. And I love how it's just like patchy, and you can see trails where people are riding their dirt bikes or horses are walking. Like, that's so nice. It's essentially what 2024 is going to look like. Like this stock, you know, everywhere, but with much nicer trees. And one thing I'm super excited for that I'm pretty sure is like a main focus in 24 is going to be the elevation mapping being a lot more realistic. Because I'm sure you've gone to your local airport in the sim and been like, something's off, it just doesn't, it's like lifeless. It's because there's the elevation mapping is so messed up. Like, I know at my airport here in North Carolina, I went to it in the sim, and it's like, there's so many hills and just different details that it can't capture because it's just pretty much flat. So I'm excited for that to hopefully be fixed in the new sim, which is coming out here very soon, man. Can you believe that? Flight Sim 2024 is almost here. How long have we been waiting for it, man? So long. It's so exciting. What a good time. I've been sitting here, me and my buddy Gunner have been talking for ages about, I can't wait till the new sim comes out. Can't wait till the new sim comes out. And we're almost here. I'm gonna check the president again. Who won? Still don't know. Can we just say Trump and call it a night? We're at 267 votes versus 224. I think we all know. Do we need to do this whole charade? It's like they're just trying to make her feel better. No, come on, it's not over yet. We still gotta wait. I think she does. Alright. So I do not remember how to do ILSs in this thing. Actually, that's a lie. I think I do. So I think that's a back course localizer. I don't want that. I want VOR localizer lock. And I don't think that's going to work because I think I have to do that. And then hit this. Yep. And then we'll arm the glide slope. Perfect. So let's get down a little further. I like to get pretty underneath the glide slope and intercept it from the bottom. And just, it's a much higher success rate because you never know when your autopilot's gonna decide to just, you know, cut corners and get you way above the glide slope, which is not where you want to be. No, we'll go 25. Let's get our lights on. We'll turn off lights. I should have put the fast belts on during descent.
2500.
Okay. Start slowing down. We got 19 nautical miles left. 7 point. But I guess you can see my. Oh, never mind. It's not showing. We got like 6.5 miles till we get established on the localizer. Hopefully. Get below 250 here. We'll throw our first notch of flaps in. Not sure what the speed there is, but 250 is usually a good rule of thumb to throw your first notch in. And you know what? When we get to
localizer armed.
Oh, thank you.
Glide slope armed.
Oh, Mr. Cool over here. Mr. British thinks he's cool. Interrupted me, invisible robot person. But yeah, there used to be a visible co-pilot here. I don't remember how. Oh, I bet you it's in the freaking tablet, dummy. Try this. It's pretty. Not the best time to try to do this. Pilot callouts. Isn't there a visible co-pilot?
Localizer captured.
Alright. I should probably pay attention right now, shouldn't I? But I gotta figure this out. It's gonna drive me crazy. I don't know. I don't know how to make him come back. Is there a click spot I'm unaware of? No.
Speed checked below 205. Select flaps 18.
Flaps 18.
Speed check below 205. Select gear down.
Gear down? I'd love to see him, but look at that. I love the way the thing squats too, dude. This thing just hunkers down and it settles so well into the runway. You never float in this plane, at least I don't have much issues at all with that. Like, when you're established on your ILS, you cut it, you know, I guess we're still waiting on glide slope, because that's our glide slope there. There's our notch there. I think he'll say something like, 1 ball to go. I can't really do accents, but you get the idea. But anyway, when this, oh, we're about to stall. Let's give her some beans here. I want to stay around like 135, 140-ish. Next notch of flaps. But whenever you know, settle it, whenever you're landing and you cut power and you flare.
Glide slope captured.
Thank you. This thing just
established on the ILS.
All right. I was talking. God. Anyway, this thing just sits so well, and hopefully you'll be able to see that today. But let's go. Flaps full. We'll get fully configured while we're pretty far out. Just be ready for it. Gotta get my little feet on my little rudder pedals. Look at that. This thing rocks, dude. I gotta fly this more often. So pretty. I keep saying that, but isn't it just a unique looking jet? I love the Rex accuracy. Oh, it's beautiful. I talk about it all the time. The Apple Maps mod looks great. I have the payware version of it's the Google Maps mod, but there's an option for Apple in there. And it costs $5 a month or $30 a year to use the Pro Google Maps mod version and the Pro Apple Maps. And it's unbelievably worth it. I mean, $5 a month. So, I don't know. But, and again, I've got traffic that's going to hopefully be generated here in Memphis. And I'm going to get my GSX going. I'll do
1,000
on the ground.
Alright,
1,000.
Autopilot disconnected.
Autopilot's off my airplane. We're a little high on the glide slope here. But man, this thing just
Cabin is secure.
hand flies so well. It's like it has weight, but it also is nimble. Like, it feels like a jet like this would feel. Obviously, I'm not aware of what that entirely feels like, but you know, with this flight model, it makes me feel like I do know. Okay. A little. I can't see any pappies or Vazzies, but I'm just eyeballing
Plus 100.
my ball here. Yeah, our traffic's loading in pretty good.
Minimums. Minimums.
Continue. But hopefully you'll be able to see how this thing sits in the runway really well.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Ground idle.
Ooh, nice. Spoilers out.
Yellow and green spoilers. Brake pressure seen.
Oh, our nose was still in the air. But yeah.
80 knots.
Alright, dude. Relax.
60 knots.
Okay. I do like the call outs, but it's a nuisance when you're trying to live stream. But as you can see, no stutters on approach. You know, our frames drop because we're coming into an airport that's an add-on payware airport with all the traffic, but I mean, 42 frames a second, not bad. Obviously this is doubled with the lossless scaling up here if you haven't noticed, but let's try to get GSX open and have somebody marshal us in. Where are we at here? You know what I hate about ForeFlight is it doesn't show you the gates, which is such a bummer. I wish it did. It just shows you kind of the airport, like block style. Anyway, I guess I'll just choose a spot. Gate 1. Show me the spot and activate. That's all the way over there, isn't it? I want something right there. Let's do Trago Dugan. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Then once we get parked up here, we'll take a little walk-sees through the airport. Let you look at this add-on for Memphis. So if I remember right, it's pretty nice. Nice modeled interior. This is also, if I remember right, where there's a big FedEx headquarters in Memphis, so I need to do the Embraer freighters. That'd be a cool flight to do out of here, or into here. I haven't flown those. I bought them, flew them like twice, and I haven't flown them since. I need to. Not doing a great job maintaining center line here, but that's between you and me. Can't remember where my gate is. Show me the spot. It's on the other side. I'm just gonna change it. Change facility. I don't know, we'll try this one. That's GA. Let's just do this. I don't like to warp me there, because then I don't get to pull in. That's all GA. Oh, that's gonna drive me insane. What is this F wording gate right here? Change gate. Guess I'll do this one again. We'll do gate 8. Show me the spot and activate. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna have it warp me there. I don't care anymore. Just warp me there. It's a great name for that. Just get me there, darn it. Parking brake set. APU is still running, if you remember. My mouse is going crazy. Which is gonna drive me crazy, but let's get you guys a nice walk through this airport.
Cabin crew, doors to manual and cross-check.
But honestly, the textures in this cockpit are definitely dated and old, but when you're sitting, you know, where the pilot sits, I don't mind it. But let me get my controller turned on here. We'll go take a stroll through Memphis. Yes. Okay, resume. Alright. Can't remember how to open this. Can I just click on it? Yep. Oh, I have to do it. Drone mode. Oh, the jet bridge isn't even attached. I don't care. That's another thing I hope they fix in 24 is model the jet bridges. Why would you model the airports and not the jet bridge? That doesn't seem like a difficult thing to do. I'm no computer nerd, but that can't be that hard, right? That's what she said. I'm sorry. I should not have said that. But I know this airport's modeled. I just gotta find the part that's all fancy. Ooh. Little artwork. This part's pretty nice. Yeah, this part's pretty good. got Spirit over here. Those look like nice models. Like, sometimes some of the airports will have 3D models that just look horrendous. Like that. Exactly like that. But this one looks pretty good. They did a good job. Yeah, that's a nice airport. Are the bathrooms modeled? I doubt it. Honestly, more than most of them. I don't know how to feel about that picture. I feel like that's not a picture that an airport would want hanging in their terminal. But all right. Yeah, Memphis is pretty nice. After we kind of explore the airport here, we'll go check out the FedEx terminal. But like, doesn't that seem like the jetway should be modeled as well? Everything looks so nice. Then you go in here, and like, what is that? That better be fixed in 24, dude. Like on the stock airports. At least on the payware, like you would think they would do it. I'll tell you, the nicest airport, it's a toss-up, but the ones that I'm unbelievably addicted to flying to right now is Ronald Reagan, the KDCA, and JFK. I can't remember which developers make them, but those two airports are the most detailed interior-wise. Like, after every flight, no matter how tired I am, no matter how much time I have to actually play, I get my controller, my Xbox controller, go into drone mode, and walk around those airports because they're just so stinking cool. But this is pretty nice. This is definitely, you know, acceptable as far as modeling. A lot of people don't even do the interior, which is annoying. But those two airports spoiled me rotten. But let's find the FedEx hangars and loading facility and stuff like that. Oh, I think it's over here. But yeah, if you haven't tried out the Apple Maps mod, definitely look into it, man. Like I said, it's the Google Maps mod, but there's a drop-down option to choose Apple, and you have to pay $5 $5 a month for that. But it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. But here's this site. I'd imagine there's some flight schools here in real life and maintenance hangars. I'd imagine those are. I could be wrong, but here's the FedEx side. But yeah, I gotta do a stream where I've got the Embraer. I think it's the 190 and 195. I'm fairly certain I have FedEx liveries for them. That'd be cool. But yeah, that's Memphis. Get a nice, cool shot coming up here. Lovely. Well, let's see if the president has been chosen yet. I'm gonna refresh my Google. No, still not. It's 4:19, dude. He's at 260. He's been at 267 for like 2 hours now. Surely, I don't know how they do it, but they could have found the 3 votes that would make it official. I'm tired of having to check. But I'm actually surprised. I thought we would see some tomfoolery, you know, but I don't know. They're dragging it out way too long. It's annoying. Just like I'm doing with the stream. So, thank you for watching. God bless you. I hope you have a nice night. And I hope you sleep tight. And I love you. Bye.